Hi, this is Chrissy with Intuitive Parent Evolution, and I support parents with magical gifted kids, how to honor their gifts and who they are, as well as to be here in this moment and this world that we're in, which isn't always so understanding of those of us with differences. One of the ways that I support parents is actually using astrology and birth chart readings. If you want to learn more about birth chart readings and what they are, you can go to the link below and you'll see a previous video I did about that. And this one here, this video, I really want to share an experience that Kate had. A very emotional, very big emotional moment for her. And I didn't know it at the time what was happening. And yet, going back and looking, hey, we had this thing that happened. What was going on in her birth chart and the transits? And sure enough, it was right there that this experience would happen for her. So let me tell you a little bit about that. If you've never seen a birth chart before, this is what it looks like. These are Kate's planets in the middle, and on the outside of this wheel are the current transits, or they were current for October in 2021, which is when this particular incident happened. So, wow, very emotional moment for her, okay? She, like so many kids, certainly during the pandemic, she was playing online. She was playing a game called Roblox. You might have heard of it. Certainly if your parents have younger kids. And all of a sudden she had this experience of another girl being really mean to her. Like, really mean. This isn't someone that she knows personally, okay? So it's just a stranger that she's been playing with online. And all of a sudden, this girl starts telling Kate, "You're really mean, you're not pretty." I mean, like, Kate, she's 9, she's a very sensitive soul. Like, this cut to her so deeply. She was just sobbing on the couch. Like, she couldn't even express what had happened because she was crying so much and she was so hurt by this experience. So, even though I was really busy, I sat with her and acknowledged her and trying to support her. And not to be like, oh, hey, just get over it. They were mean, just unfriend them, let it go. You know, that kind of mentality of like, just kind of be done with it, which is really our default, certainly here, certainly in my experience, growing up in the United States and my own parenting experience. It was this kind of just kind of get over it way of approaching it. And I've been doing a lot of deep work on myself that I can sit and really hold that space and give her my attention and my presence and that space to feel, even as these feelings are honestly very uncomfortable for me, especially because I am such a sensitive person. Being an empath, like, it's very easy for other people's emotions to like feel like my own and being in my body as if their own. So I sat with her and listened to her and supported her, while at the same time holding that, you know, she's not really your friend. I'm sorry this happened, you know. She's a stranger. What she said was wrong. You don't need to listen to that because it's not true. Now, This dynamic for Kate was really, really highlighted. This, I'm not pretty, okay? Some of what I'm going to share isn't going to like make sense to you, but what I'm trying to do is give you some just astrological language to kind of support some of her transits that she has going on. Nodal oppositions. These happen when we're 9 years old, and then we have a nodal return at 18. Really, and then so forth. Every 9 years, we've got the opposition and then the return. These are really big, big transits. So what this means for Kate is she's having a reliving of past experiences. That's what this north node being on her south node is all about, okay? Gemini is all about, Shadow Gemini, that he said, she said bullshit, okay? Her soul has had lifetimes of this. He said, she said bullshit. She's not interested in it anymore. And this experience was like a resurfacing of those feelings, okay? I mean, she can't tell me, oh yes, I remembered all these times when this happened to my soul. Like, it doesn't work like that. I mean, it could work that way for you or your kids. But in general, for us, we're having the experiences emotionally in our body. It was like her soul remembered so deeply these experiences, and that was why she was sobbing uncontrollably on the couch. Why it cut her so deeply to have had this experience. These south node transits that happen, they're really big and very emotional because our soul remembers. It's familiar to the soul. And for Kate, she's also has Uranus, okay? Uranus is all things networking, okay? Online, collective, group, okay? Groups. And here she is with Uranus on her midheaven, which is basically being out in the world. It's career. Obviously, she's not having a career, but it's her face out in the world. And she's having, right as it stations on her midheaven, this experience of online and someone being mean to her. So I don't want to get too technical into Kate's chart, but she does have other signatures besides this nodal opposition that this online experience would be happening. She has, she's got Chiron, which is basically like the soul's wound, right on her midheaven, and her planet of Uranus, okay? So midheaven is our face out in the world, okay? And here she is having this online isolated experience. Okay, Mercury is also opposite to Chiron, and again, in a real Chiron kind of way, is bringing all this emotion up for her to look at, for her to heal, this reliving of these past soul wounds, these past experiences. And the invitation became to me as her mom, how can I help guide her through that? How can I give her that emotional support that she needed to really sit there in that discomfort with her and also say it's going to be okay? It is going to be okay. Can you imagine what your own childhood experiences were like if you really had a parent, caregiver, whoever it was, to really sit beside you when you were having such emotions that you couldn't speak and just hold that space with you? Not trying to fix it or make it better, but just sit there and hold it with you so you weren't alone And you are being given that freedom to really express those feelings instead of really tamping it down and hiding it, as society has so often conditioned and required of us in order to survive. So this is just another example of how I use astrology to help guide me as a parent, to help inform me of what the heck is going on. Like, where is this coming from? Because it feels really intense and it feels really deep. And it's like a guidepost for me, a guide map of what my children are going through, what Kate's going through, and how I can really best show up and support her. So much of that work I do has been on my own inner transformation, to really be able to be someone who can hold that space, even when I'm tired and even when I'm uncomfortable with all that emotion, and doing it anyway, and doing it in a way where I'm maintaining my own energetic boundaries, my own peace. If any of this resonates with you, if you would like to have a birth chart reading for yourself or your kids, if one of your kids are going through like a really rough moment like this one, please reach out and message me. I do offer birth chart readings. So be sure to check out the rest of the videos on the YouTube channel. I also have a Facebook group, Intuitive Parent Evolution, so you can find me there if you would like some more support. And I look forward to hearing from you and your journey wherever you are on it. Thanks so much. Bye.